This is News 3 Now at 5.
Thanks for staying with us at 5, everyone. A person was found dead this morning at Devil's Lake State Park.
Sauk County officials say they were investigating the death as a possible homicide. Our Jamie Perez is at the state park and has more details about what happened. Jamie?
Right, so the DNR confirmed earlier at a press conference that there was a body found here at Devil's Lake, right here near the South Shore entrance. So they couldn't give us a lot of details surrounding this case, but this is the information that we have gathered so far. The body was found earlier this afternoon. This is an active and ongoing situation. The DNR right now is being assisted by the Sauk County Sheriff's Office, the Baraboo Police Department, and the State Crime Lab. Right now, they're just asking people to not come around this area. All of the entrances have been blocked off. You can see right here behind me, we've actually been seeing some cars leave this area as well. They're asking people not to come, and anybody who has already been here for the day is just slowly exiting the area as they continue their investigation. They have not said how long this park will be shut down for, but as that information is released, we will give those updates to you as soon as we have them as well.
All right, Jamie Perez live at Devil's Lake tonight. Jamie, thank you. Wisconsin judge has temporarily blocked an order from Governor Evers' administration limiting the number of people who can gather in bars, restaurants, and other indoor places. The Tavern League sued the governor yesterday. Today, Sawyer County Circuit Court Judge John Yackel blocked the order and set a court date for Monday. The Democratic governor's order issued last week limited the number of customers in any indoor establishment to 25% of capacity. Democratic Congressman Mark Pocan said blocking the order is extremely dangerous.
I understand small businesses are hurting, and that's why the governor very rightfully put more money out for small businesses, including taverns and restaurants and others who are greatly affected. But we've got to do something to protect the people of Wisconsin at times of record numbers of COVID cases. And I really think it's a mistake to do anything to stop those measures that'll protect the people.
The judge's decision will not impact Dane County. Public Health Madison Dane County health officials have put their own order in place. It's more restrictive, and Dane County restaurants are limited to an indoor dine-in capacity of 25% of approved seating capacity levels with physical distancing between parties. Indoor mass gatherings are limited to 10 people or fewer. Outdoor mass gatherings are limited to 25 people or fewer.
More than 150 people throughout Wisconsin have been hospitalized with COVID-19 in the past day. DHS officials say 16% of the state's hospital beds remain available for new patients. At least 1,546 have died from COVID-19 complications since the start of the pandemic, with state and county health officials confirming 22 more deaths, including the first in Iowa County. There were over 3,000 new cases recorded, bringing the all-time total to 159,496 confirmed cases. DHS officials say nearly 20% of them remain active. Due to the rapid increase of hospitalizations due to COVID-19 in Wisconsin, health officials have opened the Alternate Care Center in Milwaukee. Right now, the hospital at the Wisconsin State Fairgrounds can care for about 50 people. Health officials say there is currently no one at the facility because doctors and healthcare providers are deciding who and how many people to send to the site. Officials say most patients will spend 3 to 6 days at the location. And if patients fill up the site, they're starting to prepare for another one at the Alliant Energy Center.
We have called upon the Army Corps of Engineers to come back and relook at those plans in preparation for the possibility that we may need to stand up a second or third alternate care facility.
The hospital at the State Fairgrounds can hold over 500 patients.
With hundreds of new COVID cases daily, public health officials say they simply can't keep up.
Contact tracing plays a big role in stopping the spread, but some counties say sometimes it takes up to a week before they can finish a contact tracing case. Naomi Coles is here with more. Naomi?
The Department of Health Services sent me data showing they've made just over 7,000 contact tracing calls. That's in a month's time. That's in support of 57 counties. To put that in perspective, agencies like Rock and Jefferson, who say they can't keep up, they're already making hundreds of calls weekly.
That increase in our numbers, in addition to the large number of contacts that we're seeing for each positive case, has overwhelmed our system.
I spoke to 3 county health departments today, and their stories are similar. Tracing teams are 10 to 20 staffers each at these agencies, and now they're often tasked with handling more than 100 new cases daily. When one case can have anywhere from a few to dozens or more contacts, well, you do the math. Tonight at 6, how these departments decide what calls don't make the cut and how state help hasn't been enough to bridge the gap.
Drug maker Eli Lilly announced a temporary hold on its coronavirus antibody therapy. It's a drug similar to the one taken by President Trump. The National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases said the trial was halted following a recommendation from the Independent Data and Safety Monitoring Board, and that the trial will be on hold until October 26th at the earliest.
This is nothing to cause great concern. I think it should be the opposite, is the public should look and say, oh, this is amazing that they're really taking every safety issue to heart and looking deeply before restarting the trial, which in almost all cases they have done.
This comes after Johnson & Johnson paused its global vaccine trial. Both companies say safety is taking priority over speed.
First Lady Melania Trump says her 14-year-old son, Barron, has tested positive for COVID-19, but has no symptoms. The White House initially said he had tested negative after both of his parents tested positive earlier this month. Let's get a check on the weather now. A windy but relatively mild day out there, but we might see a possible freeze later this week. Hi, Gary.
Hi, yeah. Temperatures are going to turn colder beginning later tonight and lasting through the rest of the week. As we take a look at the live view from the Edgewater Sky Cam, you can see gray skies now, and there are some showers out there. Clouds have been thickening up to our north and west as the first of a couple of cold fronts head in our direction. There are a few light showers associated with those clouds. Not all of that rain is reaching the ground, but there's the possibility that we could see a shower this evening. Temperatures are still in the lower 70s down towards Janesville. Madison now at 67 degrees. To the north and west, those temperatures are dropping into the lower 60s. But the winds are okay around most of southern Wisconsin. There are much stronger winds farther to the south across northern Illinois. Notice Monroe right now with a sustained wind of 22 miles an hour and a gust of 31 miles per hour. There are pockets of winds gusting to 40 miles per hour or greater across parts of northern Illinois. But there is an alert day in the forecast for tomorrow night into Friday morning for a widespread frost and a possible hard freeze with an expected low temperature of Madison around 31. Overnight, look for our low to drop to about 42 as the showers come to an end. We see some breaks in the clouds. Tomorrow will be sunny, windy, and colder. High temperature drops back to 52 degrees, and that might be one of the warmer temperatures we see over the next week or so. I'll have more details and weather in a few minutes.
All right, Gary, thank you. Just a reminder, today is the last day to register to vote online or by mail for the November election. The Wisconsin Elections Commission says you can still register later in your clerk's office or at the polls on Election Day. To register online, you will need a Wisconsin driver's license or a state ID card, and your address on file with the Wisconsin DMV must be current. Voters who have questions about voter registration can visit myvote.wi.gov. The Urban League of Greater Madison hosted a drive-through register-to-vote event today to help people get registered to vote. They also asked residents to take the 2020 census. Urban League CEO Ruben Anthony says they are also helping voters get to the polls on Election Day.
On Election Day, we'll coordinate rides from the Urban League at 2222 South Park Street. If anyone needs a ride to the poll, we have Lyft codes so we can get free Lyft rides. We have people volunteering to drive people to the polls, and we have partnership with Union Cab to help get people to the polls.
Anthony says they're also looking for volunteers who will do phone banking and texting to encourage others to get out and vote.
As absentee voting is happening around the state, we spoke with the Madison City Clerk who walked us through a ballot and the biggest mistakes that people make. The most important 3 things: the voter signature, the witness signature, and the witness address. If any of those are missing, your ballot is invalid. But the clerk's office wants to make sure your vote still counts, so they'll send you a new ballot with a letter explaining what was missing, but time is running out to fix those mistakes if you make them.
The most heartbreaking thing is when we receive absentees in the mail on Election Day and they're missing a signature on the envelope and we don't have time to track down that voter.
Now, a few other issues that would invalidate your ballot: if the envelope looks like it's been tampered with or if the envelope isn't sealed. In both instances, again, the clerk's office will send you a new ballot. And if you die after submitting an absentee ballot, that will invalidate your vote. We have this list of issues up at channel3000.com.
Senator Elizabeth Warren will travel to Madison and Milwaukee on Saturday for Get Out the Vote events. Additional details about the events will be released later. President Trump is also set to campaign in Wisconsin on Saturday. The Make America Great Again rally will take place at the Southern Wisconsin Regional Airport in Janesville.
President Trump and former Vice President Biden will hold competing town halls tomorrow night after the cancellation of the second presidential debate. President Trump's event scheduled for 7 o'clock in Miami, and it'll compete with the Biden town hall. The two men were originally scheduled to participate in that second debate tomorrow night. However, the president objected to a virtual format announced by the Commission on Presidential Debates after his positive coronavirus diagnosis. As a result, the debate was eventually canceled.
The Supreme Court has ruled that the Trump administration can end census field operations early in a blow to efforts to make sure that minorities are properly counted in the crucial once-a-decade tally. The decision is not a total loss for plaintiffs in a lawsuit challenging the administration's decision to end the count early. They managed to get nearly 2 extra weeks of counting people as the case made its way through the courts. However, it increased the chances the Trump administration retaining control of the process that decides how many congressional seats each state gets, and by extension, how much voting power each state has. There is still time if you haven't filled out the census yet to get it done, but not much. The Supreme Court ruled the count will end later this week.
Gabriella Becerra checked how well Dane County is doing and why Madison's mayor wants everyone to finish before the deadline.
The U.S. Census has a lot of power to determine what goes on in your city, from government representation to government funding. That's why local leaders are encouraging people to sit down and get it done.
We have basically 24 hours.
That short window could change what the next 10 years will look like. Madison Mayor Satya Rhodes-Conway says each person in Madison who fills out the census brings in about $2,000 in government funding every year over the next decade. So the city could be losing out on $20,000 for every person who doesn't fill it out.
10 minutes, write 9 questions, and you get $2,000 a year for your community every year for the next 10 years. It seems like very simple math to me.
The Census Bureau says it gathered information from more than 99.9% of housing units. Rhodes-Conway says that's not enough.
We know our community is growing more diverse in many, many ways, and we really want that represented in the census.
In Dane County, 78% of households responded to the census without a census worker needing to show up, according to the Census Bureau. Rhodes-Conway says it's important to make sure that the census doesn't ignore the hard-to-reach communities.
We don't want to miss that last 1%, right? Those are the folks that are the hardest to count and in some ways are the most important to be counted.
Online census counting will end at 11:59 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time on Thursday. Here in Madison, that's 4:59 a.m. on Friday. The website is 2020census.gov. You can also return your census by mail, but it will have to be postmarked by October 15th. I'm Gabriella Becerra, News 3 Now.
Census takers will stop following up with homes that haven't responded tomorrow.
There's more to come tonight on News 3 Now at 5. When we come back, lawmakers praise and press Judge Amy Coney Barrett as the Supreme Court nominee faces a final day of questioning at her confirmation hearings. And coming up tonight at 6, construction on a new baseball field in Cottage Grove is underway. How it's designed to help athletes of all abilities. That's coming up tonight at 6. A quick check of the markets in midweek trading. The Dow falls 166 points. The Nasdaq loses 95. The S&P 500 dropped more than 23. We'll be right back.
Hey, Madison voters, don't let the pandemic suppress your vote. Create your safe voting plan now. You have options. Visit cityofmadison.com/clerk to create your safe voting plan today. Brought to you by the Madison City Clerk's Office.
Get the lowest prices of the season at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Find a huge selection of clearance and floor sample appliances at savings the competition can't match. Plus, no interest financing for up to 18 months and quick delivery on in-stock items. Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we live where you live, so we also wear what you wear, denim. And right now, all jeans are on sale. Shop our wide selection of the best denim brands at great low prices. Men's Levi's jeans, $35.70. Rewards members earn 2 times the points. Women's Levi's signature jeans, only $21.99. Special buy men's Dickies jeans are just $19.99 while supplies last. Plus, buy online and pick up your items in our convenient drive-thru.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
We took a bad economy that was falling and turned it around. Trump took a good economy and drove it back into the ditch through his failure to get COVID under control, his failure to deliver real relief to working people. Does he not understand and see the tens of millions of people who've had to file for unemployment this year so far? The people who lost wages while the cost of groceries have gone up dramatically? Donald Trump has been almost singularly focused on the stock market, the Dow and NASDAQ. Not you, not your families. My plan will help create at least 5 million new, good-paying jobs and create them right here in the United States of America. Let's use this opportunity to take bold investments in American industry and innovation so that the future is made in America. I'll be laser focused on working families. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
It's the Quick Ship Mattress Sale of the Season at Ashley Home Store. Get your best night's sleep faster than any other store in Wisconsin and find unbeatable doorbusters like these. Plus, interest-free financing for up to 6 years while they last at Ashley Home Store.
Hey, Madison voters, don't let the pandemic suppress your vote. Create your safe voting plan now. You have options. Visit cityofmadison.com/clerk to create your safe voting plan today. Brought to you by the Madison City Clerk's Office.
Hi, folks. Temperatures are about to drop in a hurry. Hattie will have the latest on what we need to know about a couple of alert days in the forecast.
And what does that mean for our outlook for our weather this winter? We'll take a closer look.
See you Thursday on News 3 Now this morning.
Wisconsin voters deserve the truth. I'm News 3 Now's Amy Reed. I'm breaking down political ads, explaining whose money is behind them and separating truth from misinformation. Get the facts with Reality Check, only on News 3 Now.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Judge Amy Coney Barrett faced the second round of questioning at her Supreme Court confirmation hearings for the second day in a row. She was pressed on the Affordable Care Act and whether the landmark health care law can stand if parts of it are struck down. Committee Republicans and Democrats expressed polar opposite views on what it would mean for Barrett to be confirmed to the High Court.
This is the first time in American history that we've nominated a woman who's unashamedly pro-life and embraces her faith without apology. And she's going to the court.
Your confirmation may launch a new chapter of conservative judicial activism, unlike anything we've seen in decades.
A committee vote on Barrett's nomination is scheduled for tomorrow. Democrats are expected to request a hold, pushing that vote to next week.
Well, the results are in for the Wisconsin Manufacturers and Commerce Foundation's 5th annual Coolest Thing Made in Wisconsin contest. After 100,000 votes, 150 nominees were narrowed down to the final 4. This year's winner is Mule Technologies out of Mequon. They make a mobile, autonomous, robotic cart.
Mark was created to help automate the mundane task of repetitively moving items from point to point in a warehouse or manufacturing facility. We wanted an interface that was super intuitive and easy to use. Not requiring any infrastructure or Wi-Fi means that most businesses can get Mark up and working in less than 10 minutes from the time they get it.
Stoughton-based CCMU Adaptive Clothing Company made it to the Final 4. Their hand-sewn clothes for infants and children are designed to minimize the hassle of feeding tubes.
Let's get a look at your first warned weather now. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti with our forecast. Gary?
Well, it was a nice mild day today with temperatures in the 60s, but it was kind of breezy. And taking a look at the fall color report, you can see that the northern part of the state now pretty much is past peak as far as fall colors. They're peaking here in the southern part of the state. One thing that will will determine how long those leaves last is the wind, and there's a fair amount of it to our south and to our west. There are wind advisories in effect for Minnesota and parts of northern Illinois into parts of eastern Iowa. That in effect until later on this evening. Wind gusts right now in the 35 to 40 mile per hour range across northern Illinois and across much of western portions of Iowa and Minnesota, but the winds are not quite as strong across southern Wisconsin, although we may see some stronger wind gusts at least through the evening hours. On Doppler track, we've got a few light showers that have developed over parts of southern Wisconsin. This is actually ahead of the first of a couple of cold fronts, even a couple of thunderstorms to our north and to our west across parts of eastern Minnesota. But these showers are pretty light. Not all that rain is even reaching the ground, so you might get a sprinkle of rain tonight. Most of us will probably miss out. Cooler weather, though, is on the way. Temperatures will drop back into the lower 50s for highs tomorrow and be in the 40s and 50s for the rest of the week through the weekend and into at least the first part of next week. There's a widespread frost and freeze potential not only for tomorrow night but for Friday night as well. And then after that, we've got some showers for the weekend. Can't rule out an isolated flurry mixed in with the showers, especially north of Madison, Saturday night into Sunday morning. There also could be a couple of chances early next week as well. Nothing that should really stick to the ground. As far as the frost and freeze potential, this begins Thursday night at 7:30, and notice by early on Friday morning, temperatures down to around 31 here in Madison. Many locations in the lower 30s. The darker the shades of blue, the more likely it is that there'll be a widespread freeze, and then you can see those temperatures rebound back into the 40s by noon on Friday. So we have an alert day in the forecast for Friday morning for the potential for widespread frost and freeze conditions. Might need one for Friday night into Saturday morning. A lot of it will depend on just how widespread that frost or freeze is tomorrow night. The overall weather pattern is starting to shift. I showed you this last week. We're starting to see more storminess in the central Pacific Ocean. That's pushing the jet stream northward toward Alaska and western Canada, and is starting to buckle the jet stream. And eventually the winds become more north and northwest out of Canada into the Midwest, and that's what will start the cool down as we head through the rest of this week and into the early part of next week. Tomorrow we're back to sunny skies, but it'll be breezy and colder. High temperature topping out at 52 degrees. 7 to 10 day forecast calls for a 52 high on Friday, 55 on Saturday with some rain showers with a low of 37. Maybe a few flakes of snow mixing in late Saturday night and early Sunday morning. That's also a possibility Sunday night into Monday morning and Monday night into Tuesday morning with temperatures in the lower 30s and the rain shower chances at least during the day. Toward the end of next week, it'll be milder with some showers, maybe even a spring-like thunderstorm Thursday night into Friday before a cold front comes through. Temperatures drop off and then we'll turn colder for the following weekend. As we take a look at first horn traffic right now, not seeing any problems out on the major highways in and around Dane County. Beltline in pretty good shape, I-39, 90, 94. Just a few slowdowns on Stoughton Road near East Washington Avenue. Travel times on the Beltline, 15 minutes either direction between University Avenue and the interstate. Heading out of Madison, 26 minutes from the Beltline southward to Janesville on I-39, 90. On US 12 to Sauk City, it'll take you 16 minutes. And from downtown to Sun Prairie on East Washington Avenue and US 151, it's a 17-minute commute. That's your News 3 Now First Horn traffic.
Gary, thank you. Ahead on News 3 Now at 5. Fiserv Forum will host more than Bucks games in the future. A big event coming to Milwaukee. We'll fill you in.
News 3 Now First Horn weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
At Mastercraft, we engineer doors that turn houses into homes. From traditional doors that everyone loves to custom doors as unique as you. Open, close, swing, slide, and slam day after day after day. Mastercraft, great doors inside and out, exclusively at Menards.
Get 11% off everything, including Mastercraft doors, now at Menards.
Fry Construction is celebrating their 25-year anniversary, which means big savings on home repairs and improvements. No job is too small or too big, and your safety is always our concern. Respected in the industry and voted Best of Madison, Fry Construction delivers lasting quality for your home. And now, for a limited time, save 25% off gutters or insulation with a full roof, siding, or window project, all with zero down, 0% interest for 12 months. Contact Fry Construction today.
I worked for 47 years. Donald Trump, he's talking about messing with my Social Security. Them guys think it's monopoly money? No, it's our money. We work for it. You don't get to play with my finances. You don't get to play with my security for my family. Joe Biden looks out for the little guy. He understands what seniors are going through. I think he's going to keep Social Security safe. We need to get Biden in there to protect it.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Joe Biden was raised with middle-class values. Joe doesn't need to be the center of attention or see himself on TV. He has always focused on getting the job done. Joe led us out of the 2008 recession and increased health coverage for millions. As president, Joe will focus on getting us out of our crises. He'll listen to experts, work across the aisle, and put the American people first. FFPAC is responsible for the content of this ad.
A little compassion goes a long way at the Century House. Donate $50 or more to charity and save more than ever before on stressless seating. Get up to $400 off stressless recliners and office chairs, plus save hundreds more with $200 off every sofa seat you buy. Now's the perfect time to help others and fill your home with the unmatched comfort and beauty of stressless seating. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
Isn't it time you had a health insurance company that shares the same values as you? One that acts like a trusted health partner that not only offers easy access to the doctors, hospitals, and clinics of UW Health, but also sees the greater good in keeping us healthy in the first place. A company that understands that serving our community means serving all of our communities. Isn't it time you had Quartz? Quartz, health plans built with you in mind.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
College basketball fans will be able to watch a March Madness tournament game in Milwaukee soon. Today, Fiserv Forum and Marquette University announced they'll host the first and second round games in 2022 and 2025. The NCAA Division I Men's Basketball Championship. It's the first time Fiserv Forum has been selected as regional site. The Bradley Center previously hosted the second and third round games in the NCAA tournament multiple times, the last time being 2017.
The NFL announced it will cancel the Pro Bowl game this season due to COVID-19 concerns. Las Vegas was scheduled to host the game, but instead it will host the Pro Bowl in 2021. ESPN is reporting this will be the first time since the 1949 season that the NFL hasn't had some sort of all-star game. The NFL announced it will still name players to the Pro Bowl team.
And stay with us for a final check of your firstborn forecast.
Hey, Madison voters, don't let the pandemic suppress your vote. Create your safe voting plan now. You have options. Visit cityofmadison.com/clerk to create your safe voting plan today. Brought to you by the Madison City Clerk's Office.
Let the design team at Wanakee Furniture ETC help you find your inspiration and transform your room. Every style, every budget, our creativity, passion, and expertise will help you design your dream space.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
The house before you, over 30 years old, still has its original window. It's bone chilling.
Folks, there's no need to be afraid of old windows. Just call Feldco for 50% off.
Right now at Feldco, get 50% off windows. Plus, no interest for 1 year.
50% off windows ends soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
At the New Balance store, we go above expectations and beyond shoes. We're here to help runners achieve their goals and push their limits in every sport or adventure they pursue. That kind of performance demands real innovations in technology, shape, and fit, and we're experts in all of it. So, no matter why you run, your best race starts here. Stop by and experience the difference of your local New Balance store today.
Comfort with style. Trust your feet to the experts at New Balance Madison.
New Balance Madison, Hilldale.
Get up and get going. It's time to get your Fusion with the limited time offer. And well, let's just say more. Like Copilot 360, Bliss, lane keeping system, pre-collision assist, adaptive cruise control, Wi-Fi hotspot, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Whew, that's a lot. What are you waiting for? Get to your Ford dealer today. Right now, get Fusion with 0% financing for 66 months plus $3,000 cash back. Or lease one for just $199 a month. Hurry in.
Your eyes are everything. They're how you see the world and connect with others. At Shopko Optical, your eyes are everything to us too, which is why we offer everything to help you see better and look better. a huge selection of designer frames, convenient locations, and experienced optometrists. We're Shopko Optical. You'll see.
Right now, get 40% off lenses with the purchase of any frames.
Rest comfortably with brands you can trust at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Create a unique and stylish room with made-in-the-USA products from companies like Smith Brothers of Bern. Select from a wide variety of sofas at a great price.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Hey, Madison voters, don't let the pandemic suppress your vote. Create your safe voting plan now. You have options. Visit cityofmadison.com/clerk to create your safe voting plan today. Brought to you by the Madison City Clerk's Office.
Final check with Gary.
Got a few showers out there, but not all of them are reaching the ground, but might get a sprinkle or two, especially north of Madison this evening. Temperatures are still pretty mild. Janesville's at 73, Madison at 67. It's a little cooler to the north and west. Winds are in the 25 to 30 mile per hour range with some gusts here in southern Wisconsin, higher gusts down across northern Illinois. Temperatures will drop off into the lower 40s overnight. Tomorrow will be sunny, windy, and cooler with high temperatures in the lower 50s, and it looks like even chillier weather's on the way for the weekend, maybe even our first flakes of snow mixing in with the showers at some point.
We're back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. CBS Evening News is next.